intermediate on the right, master on the left. Okay. And the tactic is hanging pieces. Not really a tactic. It's just, yeah, a hanging piece is just something that you can take for free. In some cases, it's going to be, in some cases, you might have to do some other magical moves first to make it work. But yeah, the tactic is hanging pieces. Yeah, let's hear from Cheryl. Go ahead, Cheryl.
Wait, I think knight g5.
Interesting. So knight g5, and so you got two attackers on the bishop. What can they do? They don't really have any checking moves, do they? So you're threatening checkmate. Oh wait, no. If they move the bishop, they're going to get checkmated, and if they don't move the bishop, you're going to eat it. That looks pretty good. Are we missing anything? I don't see any. Oh wait, what about? So
No, it's not checkmate. Queen h7 is not checkmate. Oh.
No. I was saying if you do this and they move the bishop, you can drop the rook back.
Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, what did I see? Knight g5, queen f7 is check, and then king h8, queen f8, checkmate.
Well, so if you play this move, well, I mean, you win the bishop at least. What are they gonna do? It seems like, right? Because they cannot move the bishop. Oh, it seems like, oh wait, they could just push the pawn, of course. But then queen here, check, and they have to move over mate. Is that right? It seems like that's right. And yeah, of course, we just kind of step out of the way.
And the pawn is not late.
So our rook is hanging, but we don't need it, right? We can just step up, and then if they take the rook...
Our queen is coming.
Our queen is hanging here. Oh, right.
Queen takes queen, I think it's the only...
What about... Oh, no, we're in check. We're in check, so we can't... So we basically have to play queen takes queen, and then we get the bishop. Yeah, okay, cool.
But why can't we play queen takes bishop at the first piece?
Because there's a defender.
Oh, I forgot the queen.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was thinking we unleash two attackers, and then we should be able to win the bishop, but they chased us around and, yeah, forced us to trade queens, but still we have one more attacker on the bishop, so we still go up material there. Okay, nicely done. Again, these ones on the left here are master puzzles, and, well, this one not quite technically rated at master, 2134, pretty close. Master is technically 2200. Can't speak today. All right, so yeah, we are looking for hanging pieces. Let's hear from Sunny. Go ahead, Sunny.
I think is the queen go to h4.
So sacrificing your queen here?
No. I say.
I don't think so. That's definitely not right. So, yeah, let's think about capturing moves. There's a couple of pretty good captures we can play here. This one on the right here, which is the intermediate one. But there's like a free piece that you could capture, but actually there's something better than a free piece that you should pick up first, which seems kind of strange. But yeah, there's you got to think about checks and captures. We're always thinking about checks and captures. Go ahead, Sunny.
I have another idea. Queen to e5.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's part of it for sure. That would be a free knight. But I think there's another move that we should play first. So I will give you a trophy for identifying the free knight, but what else can we do here? There's something else we should do first. So that is a free knight, you know, which we definitely want, but I think we should play a different move first to get the most bang for our buck here. Go ahead, Sonny.
I have another idea. The the rock go to 8D.
Yeah, rook goes to d8. So you take the bishop, or if you take the knight, you're going up 3 points, right? You're going up 3 points by taking the knight. If you take the queen, you're going to lose your rook, but you're going up 4 points. So you should definitely take that first. You know, that's also a checking move. So yeah, exactly right. And then yeah, we get to take with check. Pretty sweet deal there. Nicely done, Sonny. All right, and it is black to play on the left for Cheryl and white to play on the right for everybody else. Sonny, did you solve this already? What's up? Go ahead. Yeah, queen takes the knight. That does seem to be pretty good. You got to be careful here, though. So we always want to consider checks and captures, and checks against yourself are the first thing you should always consider. So that makes sense. You know, queen takes knight, but we don't consider checking moves, or excuse me, we don't consider capture moves first. We consider checking moves first. And are there any checks that we can play so I'm going to turn off the mic there. Are there any checking moves that black can play against us? That should be really the first thing you consider. You should always think about whether or not there's any checking moves that can be played against yourself. Go ahead, Sonny.
I think it's bishop go to 7F.
Oh yeah, so that is a checking move that we could consider. Although I think they were just play like knight captures and then we have nothing. Like we sacrificed our bishop and we got a pawn, you know. So you always want to consider every checking move, but not necessarily play every checking move. So we want to be careful and think about the consequences of the move that we play before we choose it. And when you're telling me the answer, that you know that's like essentially the move that you would make in a game, right? So I cannot stress enough that you must consider every check that can be played before you make a move. And most importantly, you need to consider the checks that can be played against yourself. And that's the big issue with this intermediate puzzle here on the right. What about checks that can be played against yourself? You got to think about that first before you go grabbing a piece. Can somebody tell me what checking move could be played against us? There's a couple of them, but there's one of them that's really nasty. It would be a big problem if they got to play it. So yeah, I'm looking for like, oh yeah, go ahead, Sonny. Clyde, you're here today.
Or rock capture rock.
Yeah. So the issue is we could take a free knight, but it wouldn't actually be free because that's worth 3 points, and our rook is worth 5 points. So we'd be hanging our rook if we take the knight. What move should we play here? I guess let's just go with that. Oh, you were thinking, well, so if we take the rook, it's not hanging, they're going to take back with the queen.
Yeah.
Which, maybe that's okay, because we get to take the knight then, right? But, you got to be careful. Again, you got to think about checking moves against yourself. So, again, if we take the rook, they are going to probably take back with their queen. If we take the knight, then the queen can come here with check. Is that a problem? I mean, do we have a way to defend against the checking move? I think so. Yeah, we just block with the bishop, right? And we should be okay. So we trade rooks, but we get a free knight. So we get a free knight here. And again, this checking move is not as scary as it looks. It definitely looks scary. It's almost checkmate. In fact, if the bishop couldn't drop back here, it would be checkmate. But yeah, thankfully the bishop can drop back, and yeah, the queen's not going to be able to checkmate the king. So nicely done, Sonny. Let's move on to the next one. That one rated at 1100, so one of the more troubling puzzles for intermediate. that we'll probably see today. All right, so we are looking at hanging pieces. It is white to play on the right, and I need to try to figure out the one on the left so I can maybe send a hint Cheryl's way. That does look pretty good. Is that just that easy? That seems pretty easy.
I think the queen captured rook, and I think the black king, I think, go to 7H, but I go and I capture the rook. I win.
You already captured the rook, but yeah. So you capture the rook. The king, it looks like. So they don't have any terrible checking moves. They could, sacrifice their queen for the pawn, but the king, of course, could just capture, so that's not really any good. But yeah, we take the rook. The king, I think, has to move. And then what would you play?
And I capture the rook.
You would capture the rook over here?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? You're going to sacrifice your queen for a rook? The king could just capture you back. Yeah. I mean, technically you're doing pretty well because you're trading your queen for a pair of rooks, but you can do better than that. You don't have to sacrifice your rook. Yeah, there's something else that you can do that's better. Cheryl, go ahead.
I think knight F5.
Right, so move the knight to F5. And of course, they could capture. And what would you do then? Let's hear from Sunny. Go ahead.
I have another idea. The bishop captures bishop capture F7.
Yeah, I mean, we do want to consider checking moves. But yeah, the queen would just capture probably.
And I use queen capture queen.
Okay, yeah, but you will be giving up your bishop and your queen for a queen and a pawn, which it's not winning. I mean, that's not terrible, but it's definitely not good. So yeah, no, not quite. Got hanging pieces. So the first move here is correct. The first move is correct. We take the rook. That is right. And I should give Sunny credit for that. I'm going to give Sunny credit for that. But after the king moves, we have another great move. There's a hanging piece, and we should try to find it. Take it. Let's hear. Wait. Okay. That's the hand. The hand went away. So again, yeah, that is the correct first move. After the king moves to h7, what should we play next? Capturing the rook, I mean, yeah, you're just not doing as well as you could. Let's hear from Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
Queen captures b6.
Exactly. Yeah. So you capture here with check, and then you take the free knight. All right, probably last one for the intermediate puzzles. I got to pull this over. That one rated 1138, so like I said, kind of the higher end of the spectrum there. So white to play once again. I owe Tony a trophy. Go ahead, Sunny.
I think the queen captured the rook.
Yeah, that looks pretty promising. Let's see. That's a free rook. And they could block with their rook, but that's terrible. We would just capture it. So it looks like they're going to hop here probably. And then what would you play?
Yeah, I will play the
I do think this is the first move.
I go to the 8.
Knight goes to H8. You're playing for white. You don't have a knight.
I say the queen go to H8.
No, yeah, the king can capture. So it seems like you're, yeah. So in the last puzzle, you thought that you should take the rook, but yeah, if the king goes here and then you move your queen here, the king will just take you. So that doesn't make much sense. I think your first move is correct though, but we have to kind of think from there. I'm not sure what they're going to play. I guess we're running short on time, so I'm going to go ahead and play this move. And now what should we play? We'll just go from here. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Sonny.
And the bishop captures the knight.
The pawn captures the knight, correct. Yeah, the pawn takes the knight. There we go. Yep. Nicely done. So we sacrifice the knight if pawn captures, queen checks. Oh, the queen is hanging. Is that right? You can just play this move? Yeah, the queen had nowhere to go, I just realized. Yeah, so I guess now she's going to be able to escape. The knight was blocking her path.